He fits right in.
Right, I mean, he's a dog. So
and Bellator's had some great fights. I don't mean to shit on Bellator, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So 2 things, and then I guess Andrew Valdina already logged in. He was going to be our last guest, so since he's on, we're going to go to Valdina next. But quick thing, shout out to everybody who wished me a happy birthday over the weekend. I know birthdays are kind of corny, but I did appreciate everybody who messaged me. Obviously, I didn't message everybody back, but I did see all the messages. So I do want to say thank you for taking time out of your day. I actually shut my phone off while it died at probably 8 o'clock, probably 5 o'clock. I went out with my wife and a couple of friends, but I kept my phone off purposely. So the next day when I turned my phone on, it was like, and I'm like, I don't know. So, but I did see those also. Thank you so much, and I do appreciate the love on my birthday. And then one more thing that I wanted to quickly touch on because I see a little bit of stuff going in the comments. Today we posted a video, coincidentally, of Pat Casey's BKFC fight when he threw the spinning back fist and he shot the takedown. There was no disrespect intended on posting that video. I saw somebody messaged me and then somebody put a comment saying that they thought it was disrespectful to post that and thought it was making fun of Pat. And I just want to make it clear.
You guys talked about it last week.
We talked about it. We talked about it on Table Titans last week. It was not meant at all to be a shot towards Pat Casey. We joked around a little bit how viral it went and how he was surprised how viral it went. The fact that BKFC was this weekend, we felt that it was okay to tag it and post it out there. And in addition, it was there's no rules. We kind of made a play in the jungle because he says it was a jungle. I don't think. Listen, let me finish. I'm talking. Come from me because this is his first experience with his fighters and his fans coming to Cage Titans. I don't want anybody to ever think that we would disrespect a single fighter or we take favorites because he's fighting a hometown guy with Marty Navis and he's coming in. That is not the case at all, ever. I don't play that bullshit. It was so it's not meant to be disrespectful, and I want to say that. So I apologize if it came off that way. That was not the intent. So there you have it. Now you can talk.
Did Pat Casey say anything about it?
He actually removed it. So oddly enough, somebody commented on it was Warrior because we were making a joke. In the jungle, there's no rules. You could be in a stand-up fight and you might throw a spinning back. So the one kid said Warrior and it was pumping it up. And then 3 hours later, he decided to go on a tirade against us. Well, 3 hours ago, you thought it was cool, but now it's not. And then somebody DM'd me that it wasn't cool. So I think that and Pat accepted the collaboration. But at first, he was cool with it. But then within the last hour, he removed himself. So I was I bet other people kind of maybe were dude, that was disrespectful. But I don't know. It was weird, but I just want to be clear because he's never fought for us before. And I was really looking forward to his. And they were we're going to burn down Plymouth and all this shit. It's dude, that's not the
That's what they were calling it?
Oh, we were just we're going to fuck up Plymouth. I was just go ahead, listen.
Get right up with the Marty Navis fans. But anyways. Let's have fun, have a great fight. Yeah, it was.
So let's bring in Valdina. Case closed. Okay. Done. Valdina, let's go. Hey.
What's going on?
How you doing, handsome?
Let me throw this over here. This thing is kind of... I'm doing good, though. How you doing?
We're doing all right. Listen, that studio is coming along nice, man. Every time we see a little something different.
I just got to keep taking fights and get more on this board. You know what I mean? So,
maybe
Go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was just about to have you back a little bit with the Pat Casey thing. People are getting a little too I don't know. Just it's a social media post. Grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I listen. I know that people like to get motivated by certain things, but if you know me. It is a very sensitive subject for me where people think that other fighters that have never been to Cage Titans, we're bringing them in to lose to our hometown guys. And that's just a very sensitive subject because I know a lot of other promotions bring in one side because they want the other guy. And I see it here locally happen often. They'll walk you to the fucking cage. And it's yeah, we don't do that. We don't play those games here. So I just want to make sure that is straight out clear that we don't do that.
They're acting like Marty hasn't lost at Cage Titans Memorial Hall before. There's no favoritism whatsoever. There was a conversation you guys had a funny laugh about on the Table Titans episode last week with the person involved. Yes,
Either way,
Third party's got a little too sensitive. I'm with you, Valdina.
either way,
Joe could take a show.
Either way, it's me. So I want to make sure they know. But hey, how many fights is this? This is your 10th fight with Cage Titans, did you say?
No, the last one was my 10th one. This one's my 11th.
All right, cool. Well, I was just thinking, I was doing like this because we just added this to our studio. Maybe when you get your 20th fight, well, hopefully maybe you'll be on to bigger and better things. But if you ever hit 20 fights with Cage Titans, we'll hook you up with a cage mat for your wall.
Hey, for some reason, if I'm still here, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Was this get him to the Greek, stroke the furry wall?
Come on. It took a lot of work. You would think just throwing this on the wall was easy. This was a pain in the ass. Bring it outside. And this is the kid. This is one of the Cage Titans kids.
Real blood stains.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
You can't see it from your angle, but there's real blood spatter.
Let me see if I can move the camera.
I can see the blood.
Yeah, there is blood.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
There he is, like Joe on drugs, stroking the bloody mess.
But no, it's a real canvas. This is like from Cage. This is probably about 4 years old. So it was an idea that we had. We're like, let's chop up the mat and throw it on the wall.
You should have got like a real blood.
I like it.
Actually, over my other thought is when people come in the studio, we'll have them sign it. We'll have a nice wall with signatures.
All right.
Anyways, enough about everything else besides your fight. You got a huge fight with Will Sriracha Smith. Arguably, this is the biggest test of your career to date. How are you feeling about this matchup?
I feel good, man. I'm feeling motivated. Like I said this to you a little bit, and I didn't want to go too much into it on the Instagram Live the other day because I knew I was coming on here to talk to you guys too. But the past three opponents, man, like nothing but respect for them all. I think they're all, through everything that's happened, they're all pretty stand-up guys, whatever. But that was me kicking in the door to the professional bantamweights. You know what I mean? The ranks there. I really booted that door in hard, and I made my mark, and I joined the top 10. So now this next fight against Will Smith, like you said, it's arguably one of my biggest tests to date. He has a lot of experience. He's been to a next level like Bellator and stuff like that. He's had some good fights, good wars too. So I know what I'm getting myself into here, and I'm very motivated. I'm waking up in the morning with a fire in my belly like I haven't had in quite a bit because, I just know that this guy's a really tough dude, and I'm looking forward to getting in there and sharing it with him.
He fought for the Cage Titans amateur title, fell short, went on to be prominent at a couple of weight classes. Kind of a similar path to you. You never attained that, but here you are hitting a stride in your professional career, coming off 3 flawless finishes, and taking that next step. And you're kind of like the next generation coming up behind. And he just knocked off a goose egg, and Cam Arnold's undefeated. Looking to repeat that. He's coming into this fight with some momentum. How do you feel the momentum clashes here after seeing his last couple of performances?
It's good. This is what I live for. This is what I wake up in the morning looking forward to. The whole thing of how he also beat a 3-0 guy in his last fight in Cam Arnold. I thought that was a banger of a fight. Cam, you got nothing to hang your head on. You're right over here on my shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I think this is like a fan favorite type of fight too. You know what I mean? Because everyone knows what I bring to the table when it comes to Plymouth Memorial Hall and getting that place rowdy. And Will Smith's got a good fan base of his own from what I see too. There's a lot of people in the comments on our posts saying back and forth, Valdina this, Sriracha that. So this is going to be one of those fights where the arena is going to be louder than ever, and it's not just going to be for me. And that's what gets the craziest fights. Like it almost kind of reminds me of like the me and Arthur Mapofu fight a little bit, like lead up where we both had such a big fan base coming at each other. We're loud as fuck for both sides. So this is a fight I'm so stoked for. All the fans should be stoked for this one too. It's a banger, and I can't wait to get the best out of Will Smith.
So going into this match with Will Smith, what's some things that you pulled out of his fight with Cam Arnold that you're going to bring with you into this fight?
So I love Cam. We talked in locker rooms in the back room and stuff like that, and I think he's a great shit. I think he's still has so much talent that he can tap into. and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But I also feel that I have just a couple things that Cam wasn't able to do in his fight against Will Smith that I think I'm going to be able to capitalize on. And that's not throwing any shade at Cam, but I just think I can get it done. And with some extra little spice of my own when it comes to the sriracha, man. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what I see in the fight and give you guys a game plan there, but I'm feeling very confident.
So just get Cam's in the comments actually watching. He appreciates you, my man. You put together more than one strike at a time, and you can beat him. I stopped throwing 3-punch combos. That's so.
Ooh, that Cam?
Obviously, yeah, that was Cam.
Okay, yeah. Good shit, Cam.
Yeah. So what else? What do you think a win over someone like such an experienced vet and Will Smith does for you at this point in your career?
I think it's just going to keep doing what it's been doing with all my fights. Obviously, Will is a much bigger test than what I've been facing in the pro rank so far. But I still think all this momentum that I have, it's it's going here. But once I face Will, I think it's going to go boom, like real high. Because this is a test, and everyone in the region knows that what he brings to. They know that he's a tough dude. They know that he's gone distance with some really tough contenders, professional title contenders. He went the distance with Duma. You know what I mean? So getting a win over someone like this in the fashion that I can see happening, I know exactly what I can do to this man. And once it comes to fruition on fight night, my stock's gonna go away. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good stuff. And I tip my hat to Will too, because all the respect that I'm giving him, saying my stock's gonna go way up, it's because of him too. He's a tough guy.
A guy with some big wins and who's known for wars of attrition with the best of the best. You see yourself as among the best of the best. You've gone flawless in your professional career thus far. You've been in wars as an amateur, but you still haven't exited the first round. Has the preparation for this fight given you more motivation to put more emphasis on the cardio in expectation of a war of attrition in this fight with Will Smith? Do you see this finally being your plateau to the next set of deep waters in the professional ranks, actually getting out of a 5-minute round?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point you're saying, because he does go the distance with a lot of people. He's kind of, he sticks and moves like that. So he does go to the distance a lot. And I know his cardio is there. But just because he is that type of fighter where he goes a distance, it doesn't change anything in my training regimen. Every single fight that I've ever taken from my first AMI to my most recent pro, I've always trained for, quote unquote worst case scenario where I'm going all 3 rounds, all 5 rounds, whatever it is. I train so damn hard, and that's exactly what I pride myself in more than anything in the world. Wins and losses come, but the fact that I'm in there in the training room every single day, late, doing the extra work, getting the extra, miles and whatever it is, man, that's what I pride myself in. So just because Will's gone the distance and he's shown that he can with that good cardio and stuff like that, my cardio is there too. Just because I haven't left the first round doesn't mean that I don't have that. So if he thinks that he's going to outlast me, going the distance, stuff like that, he's got another thing coming. I'll tell you that much.
Interesting. So, one of the questions that we've been wrapping up with people is, you're the promoter. Sell the fans on why they should be coming out, because this is obviously a stacked card. You mentioned yourself, and there's a lot of big fights on this. But why is Andrew Valdina versus Will Smith the one that everybody should circle and be like, that's the one to watch?
Yeah, man. If people already have encircled this fight, they're bound to, especially with the lead up that goes on, with the way we both, promote ourselves, the way you promote us and stuff like that. So, when it comes to my fight in particular, and I'm gonna say this as humbly as possible, I promise you, the Cage Titans event is one whole thing, right? That's probably one of the best shows in New England, if not the best. And I say that, with pride too, fighting for you. But once that screen turns in Plymouth Memorial Hall, or on anybody's pay-per-view screens where it says coming up next, and they see my name versus blank, whoever the hell it is, it turns that the Cage Titans is one event in itself. But then you have a whole new sideshow that's going on, man. This is a whole new, people's main event here, where I get that whole place bumping and roaring. People are out of the seats, screaming their balls off, yelling, smashing beers. There's nothing like a fight night when it comes to Valdina getting on that card. I'll tell you that much. So if you guys haven't got your tickets, get them now. The show is going to sell out. If you guys can't make it, make sure you're watching that pay-per-view because, again, this is a bang of a fight. I know what I can do to this kid, and I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Oh, man, you did a good job. Maybe that'll be in your future. And then I promise this is the last thing before we let you go. We have Will Sriracha Smith coming on next. If you had a message for your opponent, what would that
Just, I got respect for you, William. Just train hard, stay healthy, get to fight night, make weight, and just be ready for a goddamn gladiator show. You know what I mean? I'm coming for you.
You on now? Can we get them both on?
be? All right, sounds good, my man.
Why not get them both on?
I mean,
we did it last week.
I mean, if Will, I don't think Will. I mean, would you want us to bring you both on? I mean, I don't know.
Why not?
I never care about that. You know what I mean? I'll talk to Will. Go put him on here.
All right. I didn't want to put him on the spot.
If he wants to. I don't want to pressure the kid too much. If he doesn't want
Well,
to.
Will's very respectful and nice, so like I didn't know if like he's not. I don't know how.
I'm respectful and nice.
We had Jack and Trevor do a couple weeks.
All right, let's see if we can bring him on.
Is he on?
He might.
Let's
see, he's logged in. Hey, look at my man.
How we doing, people?
I love it, man. We got you in costume too.
And the backdrop.
It's the official uniform. It's not a costume. What are you talking about?
Yeah. That's Sriracha right there.
I stand corrected, my man. So how you been doing, man? You had a huge win for us 2 shows ago. Crazy fight back and forth with Cam Arnold. You showed that you have that skilled. Like when people look at you, I think that a lot going into that fight, the story was, this up and coming rising star who was undefeated, and you quickly made people realize, whoa, not so fast. And we're able to shut down this rising prospect. Here you are again in this same position. How does it feel, and what's been going on in the last few months?
Still in the kitchen, still cooking, still dancing, still serving, having a great time. This is what I love to do. Cam was a great opponent. He even though we were both, competing against one another, I feel like we both learned from that experience. I've taken things that I've done in that fight and just elevated my game. So I'm always glad to go against the best up and coming undefeated fighters just because it forces me to level my game every single time. There's never a fight camp that's wasted. I know some guys they want to take certain fights, get up in the ranks and then take on a big guy. I prefer just mixing it with the biggest and baddest right away.
I love it, and just the fact that to see you make adjustments in a fight while Cam's throwing bombs at you, overcoming adversity like you did, it reminded people in a way of who Sriracha really is. Your fight IQ was through the roof. The way you were able to mix up the wrestling and keep your length and just completely run away with the scorecards in the last 2 rounds of that fight was just a tremendous performance through and through, and the momentum, the collective. You must need 2 eggs for your next recipe because you're looking to crack another goose egg in Angel Valdina's undefeated record.
I'm looking to make some changes. No egg products, no animal products. Once again, but yeah,
that's right. That's right.
I'm really excited about this one. Valdina, every time he gets in there, he looks like he's supposed to be there. He looks like he's supposed to be a fighter. That's what excites me about this. And he was saying, I heard he has a lot of hype. The crowd is always wilding. Whether the crowd is going for me or the other guy, I feed off that. So that energy that I'm going to get when we get in that cage is going to be something spicy.
So you mentioned, I don't know, in case anybody didn't pick up it, no animal product. You are a vegan fighter,
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Nice. How long have you been vegan for? Because I'm sure there's other people out there. Is Nate Diaz a vegan? I believe Nate Diaz too, right? Is he another fighter that's a vegan?
Jake Shields, definitely.
I stopped eating meat probably around. Well, I stopped eating meat in 2008 and gave up animal products in 2013.
Vegan straight for 10 years.
Dude, you are like an OG. Like this, some people now do it because it's hip and cool. You were doing it way before it was cool.
It wasn't cool when I was doing it. I was doing it all by myself. Yeah, it's just me and my lonely.
Still chefing.
Still chefing up. What is your favorite? Like, if somebody was going to these chef routes, and I'm at a restaurant, I own a restaurant. Somebody is leery of being a vegan, or because I don't like vegan food. I want like all that stuff. What's the one meal, like, if you could put it down in front of somebody that's like, I'm not a vegan guy, and you said, let me cook you something up, what would be the meal?
Everybody's different. I say put sriracha on it and it's good to go. Period. Anything that doesn't have animal product, you put some sriracha on it, is good to go. I personally am a big ramen person, so that's just me. But to each his own.
Ramen.
Ramen and sriracha?
Yeah. That's it.
Nice.
Drown it in sriracha.
There you go. So speaking of sriracha, we got Miguel Silvestre, where he came up with a nickname. I don't think Valdina. We didn't ask him about his nickname. But where did you come up with the sriracha nickname? Where did that come from? And
I've said this. I've always been sriracha. Like, whenever I eat, I always have sriracha on me. So the name just stuck. People stopped calling me by my name and started calling me Sauce. So it's been something that's been around for a long time. The other nickname, I still don't know where that came from. However, sriracha's who I've been born to be.
it's funny because Tapology had him as ill will. For the longest time, he's like, bro, where the fuck did they get that? I'm like, I didn't give it to him. But that was floating around.
Tapology. We need to find out who works for Tapology, and we need to get him in that cage. Because Tapology, they're missing one of my Emmys. They mess up my nickname. They mess up my school. And they went on my social media and found the weakest photo they can pick. And because of that, I need.
Is that still the blue one? Is it still the blue one when you're standing like this? Is it still the blue background when you're standing like that?
Yes, that one.
Dude, that was from a Cage Titans media day, probably like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Forever ago, and they still ain't go on my social media and find a better picture.
So, just so you know, and I don't know if you knew this before, but you can actually claim the page and make updates to it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No. He's like, let them do it.
He doesn't say let them do it. He wants to find who it is and fight him in the cage.
That's what I want. Tapology, you next.
He wants violence.
Yeah, there you go. So Andrew Valdina was on earlier. He is on now. We'll bring him on if we can. And I was going to ask you, looking forward to this matchup with Valdina. What's some things that stand out about him and his skill set that you're looking forward to competing against in this upcoming May 27th fight?
His skill set. Like I said, he's tough. He's tough. He always comes to bring it. And because of that, that's what that fuels me to go out there and put out the best show. I personally, I'm not too concerned about what skill that has. If they want to bang, I'm motivated to bang. If they want to wrestle, I'm motivated to wrestle. Whatever he shows me, I'm motivated to beat him in that. So I'm just excited for this fight, just to see what he's going to bring to me.
So here he is himself, Valdina. Thanks for sticking around. Hearing Will now, here he is on the call as well. What do you have to kind of say about what his philosophy on this fight is?
Nah, Will, what's going on, brother? I think you're a good shit. I appreciate the kind words you were giving me earlier. I gave you some as well. I think you're a tough dude. I think Mike told me you're a pretty respectful guy, so we're gonna keep it that way as best we can here. But I gotta call you bluff on one thing, though. I'll tell you that much. I don't think you say you carry sriracha with everywhere you go. You show me a bottle right now.
Look. I can't every single time. I save it for special occasions. All right. I'm not eating right now. I have to save it. They don't even sell sriracha in the store anymore. You know how hard it is to find sriracha after the pandemic?
Yeah.
on,
They got
man.
rid of it because it's not as good as Cholula.
What? Hold
Oh!
up, hold up. No way.
Yeah,
There's
man. Yeah,
nothing
man.
better
Listen,
than
that's Sriracha's getting to be like. I heard it from
Cholula
somebody else
is
that went
spicy ketchup.
to.
That's the
Yeah,
last
spicy
thing I would
ketchup,
ever
man.
choose if I go to the grocery store. Come on, man.
Brother, go take a
You
lap.
bugging out.
Go get some Cholula.
No. Can't do that.
No,
As I had a
I'm
feeling.
excited. I'm
Blasphemy.
excited to fight you. I think you're a good test for me, and I know what you bring to the table and stuff. So I can't wait to throw some leather at you. And when it comes to like you being ready for a wrestling fight or a wrestling match or a stand and bang, you better be ready for the whole kit and caboodle, brother, because I'm coming and I'm gonna bring the whole MMA
Yes,
event.
sir. That's what I want. I
Good,
show a little bit of
good.
everything. Muay Thai, the wrestling, the boxing, jiu-jitsu. I train it all. I love it all. So
Oh, I
whatever you
see it. I
got,
see you. I see it.
All right. Well, Valdina, thanks for sticking around, and thanks for Cholula. I've never even heard of Cholula, so I mean, I'm gonna have
You
to
heard
check
of
that out.
Cholula. You heard of Cholula. It's a little
Don't even
Mexican
worry
lady on the
about
front
it.
of the bottle.
Don't even think about. Don't do no Cholula. Sriracha. That's what you want.
Yeah, go take a lap.
Saucy.
Well, at
Yeah,
my
saucy.
restaurant, we do have sriracha flavor wings here, and we have boneless sriracha wings. So we're fans of sriracha here at Coop.
That's what I love that. All right, good shit.
Well,
I didn't know Kahlua. I thought that was a drink.
Cholula. Is that what you said?
Cholula?
Cholula?
Never heard.
It's trash. It's your last choice. It should be a last
Actually,
choice. It should be like after mayonnaise or something. It's ugh. Don't do it.
I was gonna say I'm not a
Movie.
mayo guy.
Ranch.
Only thing you
Yeah. So Will, we gave Andrew the opportunity to become the promoter for the show, and all your fans down in Connecticut and all over, and all the Cage Giants fans that will be in Plymouth that night. Why should, on such a stacked event, circle your fight on the card as the one to watch on May 27th?
You guys go to Cage Titans 57 and look at like which fight has like the most views and the most comments. Is there, if you want to see a fight that's action packed, nonstop, two guys putting it all on the line, I say go for that. And also, I'm the chef. And if you're hungry, you want something spicy, I'm the guy to come to.
There you go. Well, Will, thank you so much. I think the table, we would be leaving something on the table if at weigh-ins we didn't do a like usually in other sports you see the transfer jerseys. Maybe we'll see you and Valdina come together and you bring him sriracha. He might bring you chalupa or something.
Cholula?
Whatever it is, Cholula.
Chalupa?
Trade Lula?
I feel like he would just Gronk spike the Cholula.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about that. Okay.
Throw it at the
I'm
Tapology.
always willing to share the sauce. So I'll bring some. I'll bring some for everybody.
There you go. We're actually famous for drunk sauce here at Coop's Bar and Grill. So I will bring you some of that. It's a custom recipe that we have here that we're well known for. And then also I still have a case of Cage Titans 58 beer, which featured the man himself.
Yeah, I need that.
That front kick.
I need
So I still have a case of that for you in our fridge. You know what? I was going to mail it to you, but I think we'll hook up at the fights and I'll bring it to you.
I like that. I appreciate you
Is
guys
it
having me a
vegan?
pack.
All right, I have a whole case for you, and give it to family, friends, everybody. So thank you so much, and we appreciate you coming on the show today, and we look forward to seeing you in a few short weeks.
I appreciate you both. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Stay blessed and stay spicy.
Thank you so much, Sriracha Will Smith. No ill will, just spicy Sriracha. Here it comes, man.
It's funny,
This fight is just it's a go back and watch both of these guys and how they bring it.
Yeah.
How they're tested in the deep waters. This is a banger and a half, no doubt about it.
I'm telling you, in that whole world, don't call him. He's like Jack, like
That's
when
what I
people
said,
call him
no
Gentleman
will.
Jack. Like I remember when he's like, "Where the fuck did they get that nickname?" No one calls me that, and I was just like,
He wants
"I'll tell
blood
him to change it. I'll tell him to change
He
it."
wants blood to add Tapology. So I said no ill will.
He called me right out from the start. I was like, "Oh, you got your chef costume on."
It
My
is.
place.
It just is. It's sriracha.
Yeah.
It's like,
That fight's going to be amazing. Honestly, it is. You know, and it's funny how to hear Valdina kind of describe. He's not wrong. Like, you know, Cage Titans event is an event in its own right, but then feels a little bit special when you hear that Valdina. You can,
Yeah, it
as
is.
we think about it, you can hear it in your head.